Hi everyone, this is Hana. Before we dive in, I have a flavor to ask. We all want to be respected. It's simple. If you want respect, you must give it. I want this channel to be a safe harbor for everyone. I need your help to keep this a place for a mutual discussion, not personal attacks or hate speech. Let's get into it. Okay, picture two scenes. First, a K-pop music video. Idols covered in luxury brands, dancing under bright lights. We call this capitalism at its finest, and we cheer. We were so desperate for recognition from the West. When a Korean movie or song is nominated for a Grammy or an Oscar, we feel like we've finally been accepted. Now, look at the second scene. An Indonesian idol group dancing in Bali. Their backdrop, beautiful rice fields. But some Koreans mocked this. They called it tacky and primitive. Why are they dancing in a rice paddy? They asked. Isn't it ironic? Korea is the land of rice power. Have you eaten is our warmest greeting. To us, rice isn't just a carb. It represents thousands of years of our mother's tears and our spirit. But now we are using rice as a weapon for hate. It all began at a concert in Malaysia by the Korean band Day 6. A small fight over rules turned into a massive culture war. Some Korean fans told Southeast Asian fans, "You have no culture of your own, stop leeching off ours." It got worse. When Indonesian fans shared a music video of their own girl group, Korean mocked the rice field in the background. Typical rice farming civilization, they sneered. When did we start using skyscrapers and asphalt as the only standard for civilization? I couldn't just laugh this off. I lived in Southeast Asia for a long time. I saw many Koreans, consciously or not, look down on the people there. Now, Southeast Asian netizens are standing together. They call themselves siblings, SEA blings. Southeast Asian siblings. I like it. The hashtag South Korea racist even trended and #1 on social media. When I point this out, some K-pop fans attack me. They started first. They are just jealous of Korea. But I posted an apology to Southeast Asian in English because no matter who started, no country has the right to use its cultural power to bully others. We achieved the growth under the pressure of the US and Japan. It would be a tragedy if we did the exact same thing to others that was done to us. As Nietzsche warned, whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. Whether we like it or not, we have to face the truth. South Korea is becoming a mirror image of Trump's America. What do Trump supporters believe? We are rich and strong. If we don't like it, get rich too. It's a shallow capitalist superiority. This is exactly how Korean haters talk to Southeast Asians. Southeast Asian fans know Korea very well because they watch K-dramas. They hit us where it hurts. Luxism, infinite competition, high suicide rates, and low birth rates. These are problems we show them through our own K-dramas or movies. But many Korean netizens know nothing about the depth of the Southeast Asian culture. They only have one argument: numbers. What's your country's GDP? You consume our K-pop, so be grateful. This obsession with money is no accident. In the World Value Survey, Korea ranked #1 in choosing material wealth as the most important value. We have become monsters of materialism. We are trapped in what Michael Sandel calls the tyranny of merit. We believe our success is 100% our own effort. So we dismiss others' poverty or failure as just being lazy. When Koreans threw GDP numbers at Southeast Asians, we are just following the ugliest rules of American capitalism. Money is power. We grew up believing if you have no money, you will be ignored. Now that instinct has evolved into if I have money, I can ignore you. A country that has nothing to brag about except money. If that isn't a little Trump, what is? Okay, this hate goes deep. In the 90s and 2000s, Korean TV used to mock migrant workers from Southeast Asia. We laughed at those racist skits without even realizing it was discrimination. When I worked at the club in Hongdae during college, I saw it clearly. Back then, the only foreigners we could see in Korea were US soldiers or Korean Americans visiting for the summer break. Even when white people were drunk and rude, Koreans stayed silent or tried to be their friends. We subconsciously put white people on a pedestal, but that repressed frustration went somewhere else. When Southeast Asian men tried to enter the club, the attitude changed instantly. Koreans would pick fights and treat them like dirt. It was cowardly violence, taking out their humiliation on someone they saw as weaker. Psychologists call this racial melancholy. Asians want to be part of the white mainstream, but they never can. So they fall into a depression they can't escape. Then they project this hate onto those who look like them, but seem inferior in their eyes. When Koreans mock the skin color or culture of Southeast Asians, they are actually spitting on their own face in the mirror. It's self-harm. Around 2014, I remember seeing young people from Europe dancing to Gangnam Style at Khao San Road in Bangkok. Back then, we were the underdog. We begged the world to notice our culture. But 10 years later, after Parasite and BTS, we've changed. When BTS was just a small group from a tiny agency who stayed up all night streaming their videos, it was the fans in Southeast Asia and South America. Without them, the K-pop empire wouldn't exist. But as soon as Korean culture became successful, we turned our backs on them. Worse, we kicked away the leather. You guys aren't on our level anymore. This is the 21st century version of Datsu-A Ron, a 19th century Japanese concept that meant we must join the West and leave our bad Asian friends behind. It's the same dangerous logic where you try to abandon your neighbors just to stand next to the powerful. Sacrificing other people of color just to stand next to white people. It's like a saying, look, master, I'm white and rich like you. It's the cowardly mindset of a slave overseer. The perfect example of the tragic comedy is the Super Bowl halftime show. Bad Bunny, a superstar from Puerto Rico, used that giant stage to talk about solidarity and his hometown. But some Koreans flooded his videos with hate. American is doomed. Why are Hispanics performing in US? They were parroting Trump's hate speech. Spanish-speaking creators are now making videos about these Korean comments. It's going viral and not in a good way. These Koreans think they belong to the white elite group. It's like we have collective amnesia. Puerto Rico sent over 61,000 young soldiers during the Korean War, the legendary 65th Infantry Regiment. These guys bled for us. even while they were getting treated like second-class citizens and bullied by their own fellow US soldiers just because they didn't speak English. Now we've raised a monster who leave racist comments on the grandson of those who saved us. Last week, when I analyzed the Bad Bunny show, thousands of Latin American friends commented, "Thank you for recognizing our culture. We also have a history of colonial pain like Korea." The depth of their empathy cannot be measured by GDP or any numbers. They taught me that hate can never win over love. So why are these people pouring out hate? They don't represent all Koreans. They are digital naive males who grew up online. They are obsessed with the global anti-woke movement. To them, things like fighting racism or sexism, PC culture, is just hypocrisy that ruins the fun. They worship figures like Andrew Tate or Elon Musk, Peter Thiel. They don't follow Trump because of his wealth. They follow him because they crave strong masculinity. In reality, they feel powerless. They are struggling financially and socially. They feel rejected by women. So they compensate for their inferiority by identifying with Trump, a macho white male. To them, Trump is a hero who punished the people they hate, feminists, immigrants, and activists. They hide behind their screens pretending to be elite citizens of the US empire. They throw stones at Hispanics and Southeast Asians just to feel like they are part of the winning team. This twisted desire for power has made K-netz infamous. In global K-pop or gaming communities, K-netz are angry sounds like an air raid siren. Western fans see Korean netizens as tiger moms or strict bullies. They dox people, attack their families, and push them to the edge. After the tragic death of stars like Sully and Kuhara, the world realized how toxic this culture is. There is a customer is king mindset here. I spend money on you, so I own you. If a K-pop idol dates or performs poorly, fans send protest trucks or even condolence wreaths. Foreigner fans find this absolutely horrifying. International media has pointed this out many times. Korean fans don't support artists, they try to possess them. And then there's the cultural appropriation. K-pop takes fashion and vibes from other cultures, but often ignore the human rights or respect those cultures deserve. The word see it as they steal the culture but hate the people. And Korea is now described as the most extreme gender battlefield. Female idols are attacked just for wearing a feminist t-shirts. To the world, Korea is economically advanced but socially stunted. As K culture gets bigger, our ugly side is being live streamed to the world. So why did they become so aggressive? Yes, the younger generation in Korea is suffering. But while women and minorities choose to fight the system or stand in solidarity, this specific group of men chose identification with the strong. Sociologist Michael Kimmel calls this aggrieved entitlement. They believe the power men once had in the patriarchy was stolen by feminism and multiculturalism. To them, Bad Bunny isn't just a singer. He is a virus. He sings in Spanish, wears a skirt, and stands with the weak. He threatens the hierarchy they believe in. Their mockery is actually a scream. Don't destroy the only order that makes me feel safe. This isn't just a Korean problem. It's a global trend of young men moving to the far right. Honestly, it's just a sad form of nihilism. They can't achieve anything in reality, so they drag others down just to feel a little taller. But this isn't just about young men online. We have our own handmade mega cult on the streets of Seoul. We see them in Gwanghwamun or Gangnam. People waving the Korean flag, the US flag, and the Israeli flag together. To them, Trump is a messiah who will save them. This isn't just an unrequired love. Korean conservative churches have weird ties to the US MAGA movement. US far-right figures comes to Korea to give speeches and take donations. Even Charlie Kirk, who was later assassinated, came to Korea. He told Korean women not to go to college and just to get married and have babies. They even copy-paste the January 6th Capitol riot. In January 2025, they caused a riot at a Seoul court. They defended the martial law attempt and threatened judges. They praised the far-right ideas of Japan too. Anti-Japan is pro-North Korea and pro-China. They believe they must be on Japan's side to stay in the first-class club led by the US. The hate culture in Korea is a mix of frustrated young men and Cold War-minded Christians. They both share the same goal, identifying with the strong, the US. This is what is turning Korea into a little Trump instead of respected leader in Asia. But I want to talk about hope. I believe our shameful moments aren't meaningless. We went through ignorance, inferiority, and now we are in the age of arrogance. Maybe these are just the growing pains for our society to become a real adult. There is no country like Korea. We survived the colonization, war, dictatorship, and poverty to become a developed nation in just 50 years. We know the pain of being the underdog better than anyone. Our path is clear. We shouldn't be the new rich who bullies their neighbors. We should be the mature older sibling who says, "We've been there. Don't make the same mistakes." Recently, we protected our democracy from a martial law attempt to our Asian siblings fighting for democracy, like in Myanmar. Korea shouldn't be a rich bully. We should be a beacon of hope. The anger from Southeast Asia fans isn't jealousy. It's a feeling of betrayal. We thought you were our brothers. It's a plea. Please don't become the monsters you fought. Listening to criticism is hard, but we must fix what is wrong. I hope our past scars become the roots of empathy, not an excuse for hate. Look in the mirror. We are not white. We are Asians, and rice is in our soul too. Knowing how to be ashamed and using our mistakes as fuel for growth. This is the only way to become a respected nation and not a monster. That's all for today. What do you think about our discussion? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, but please stay respectful. This has been Hana's Island. You're safe here now. Stay comfortable on your own latitude. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.